That's all.
However,
Well said, girl.
however, we are having a conversation, and the fact of the matter is, most men don't want to have long-term relationships or marry women who were promiscuous or are promiscuous or have a high body count.
I have experienced a lot of men who are okay with it simply because
Sure,
of my
there are
ability
some.
to be communicative, respectful, and authentic. And I think that a lot of the times girls will lie or will be kind of like hide things, won't be straight up about things, and that causes a lot of distrust. And honestly, that's dirty. To just fucking lie, that's dirty. That's gross.
100%.
So you can date a girl basically, and she said like, "Oh, my body count is 5," but it's not true. So how you know?
I mean, there's sure a woman could lie about her body count, but there's certainly, you know, we as men, we can look at a girl and sort of get a sense of, you know, not always, but you can look at their behavior and kind of get a sense of for promiscuity.
It's like a it's like
I disagree with that.
It's pretty true.
It is zero.
No, you can
The
look, it's
stereotype-
not like fucking science. Like, sure, could a girl partake in certain behaviors and have a low body count? Yes, but you can like look at someone's character, you can look at certain things and kind of determine, is she for the streets
okay,
or
it's
not?
also
Okay, so what-
age. We're talking about like 22-year old who's like just finished the college.
No, that doesn't matter because nowadays we can be 30 and you can still be you can be for the streets. Can
Like
you
I
just,
said, there's
how about you
strippers
tell
that
us
date-
what you
don't
think
date a lot
each
of-
of our body counts is? Like, let's give an
Ooh,
estimate
yeah.
based.
Let's play this game. Let's go. I'm down for
Do
this
it,
game.
do
Give
it.
an estimate based on what you
Sure.
think. How
You're-
I'm.
Okay, you're
Be-
all
or
at
what I
least
look like.
you're all at least double digit for sure, guaranteed.
Double
Double
digit?
digit?
Like
10 or over is what
100%
you're
wrong.
saying?
What is that?
How about
You're
that?
you're
10
all
or
double
above.
digit.
Wrong.
10 or above?
Wrong,
You're all at least
wrong,
double digit.
Guess the
wrong,
guys.
Wrong.
Yeah.
How about that?
What about you guys?
Yeah,
What do we?
guys?
I
You
guess
guys
what do
all
we
over
think?
3 digits.
Okay.
What do we
also,
think?
just want to say,
But you're wrong.
I think I'll put this down. I've seen a lot of comments about me picking this thing up, so we'll keep that on the table. I mean, if you've been sexually active for like 10 years and you've had 10 sexual partners, it's like an average of 1 a year. So I don't really get the upset. Even if it's 20, that's
2 people a
If you're concerned about a girl having sex with 20 people and she's been sexually active for 10 years, you're concerned about someone sleeping with 2 people a year, which just to me is like, I mean, listen, like we're different people, but that just like isn't, that's just not crazy.
I think
Bizarre.
what Brian's suggesting is that might be
Let's do the
normal.
calculator.
That might be normal right
Yeah,
now,
it's
but I think that's
definitely
maybe
normal.
not good for society.
No,
Yeah, it's
I,
not-
my
yeah,
point
you might be
here
right.
was that he's saying that he can basically stereotype a woman based on her behavior or how she's dressed or what her Instagram pictures are. That she definitely has
I
had
think
like
everyone does
fucked
that
so
to
many
some
guys,
degree.
and that's where you're
Stereotypes.
wrong because that's where you stereotype people without getting to know them. Once you know somebody, then how would you say?
Well-
You just sat here and told me that all of us have had double digits.
Well, you asked me to guess, so
Right.
I entertained.
based on, right, like
I
based
entertained
on
your
our,
request.
on our looks
Instagram
or whatever.
again.
how we're
Okay,
acting.
so without you guys revealing your body counts, show of hands, was I at least correct in my range assessment?
Oh, for sure. That's obvious.
Okay, so I wasn't,
Yeah, you weren't
with the
wrong.
exception
I'm-
of
We're
you.
not like
I know,
18
that's
years
why-
old.
No. I'm just saying I hate when certain women get, and I get it. Maybe maybe you guys have had more sexual partners. Cool. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's not a good thing. I'm just saying I don't like that you sit here and basically stereotype women based on their behavior or what they dress like. or-
Women make all kinds of judgment calls about men's
I was
behavior
gonna
all
say,
the
to be
time.
honest, could call a guy
Guys,
like
we
a
literally
fuckboy.
have been doing that the whole
We
time.
can call a
Women-
guy a fuckboy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, women are much more pickier than men, and you guys have higher standards than men. You guys have laundry lists of things that you need in a man, so heaven forbid. Men really don't ask for much, but one thing men do value, again, not all men,
Which is true.
but
You don't ask for much. Let's
Men-
go back on that one.
yeah, men really don't ask
No,
for a
you
whole
ask
much.
for a lot more than women does.
You think men ask
Yes.
for more?
You want us to give up our careers. You want us to have children, stay home, cook, clean, support you. Shit, I don't know. What
Nails
else?
done, hair done.
I don't need
Look
that.
But not you
hot.
spoiling me, but not me wearing.
Don't
Not
need that.
sleep with a lot of men or a lot
Don't
of
need
men.
that. I actually prefer girls that don't wear any makeup.
What do we expect
I don't
from
need
you
fake
guys?
nails.
But to support us
Be the provider, be
and
your
not cheat
protector.
on us. That's about it.
Be your provider, be the protector, and then you guys have laundry lists of things that you
Like
need.
what?
Lexi, you said you want a guy who's at least 6 feet and makes $500,000 a year.
So
No,
I need
two-
him to be
200,000 a month.
Excuse me.
I need him to be successful.
Which is like 2.4
and I need
million.
him to be a man. You guys want way more from us than we want.
No,
from you.
women want more,
That's
way
not, you
more.
know that's not true.
Women need and want way more from
You
men.
don't believe that.
Men really don't need a lot.
Okay.
We really
I'm gonna
don't.
let you sit there with that one tonight because that's not true. Write a list of what you think a man wants and a woman wants, and I guarantee the list is way bigger than
it's pretty simple.
Our list is bigger.
It's really simple. Bring us peace, be pleasant, be feminine, don't be a whore. It's
I
really simple.
agree with Brian on that one. Low key, like I agree with him.
I don't agree.
It's
There's
you
not
really
much that's being
we
asked.
don't really care, like your money is not a huge factor, like you don't need to be like, a lot of girls need a guy who's charismatic, funny. You see this all this time on dating apps. Almost every single girl on the dating app says, make me laugh, be funny. There's so many personality traits that you guys are desirous of in men that
You can be
are
ugly
quite
as shit,
frankly.
you gotta make us laugh. You can get a real hot girl if you're ugly as shit. If you can make
You
her
have a great
laugh, honey.
personality. I just like, can I get a name, man?
Dating tip 101. If you want a bad bitch, make her laugh.
I mean, you honestly in today's day and age, you
I
need
just think
you need a
guys
lot
are
more
ask-
than
you guys
that.
ask for a lot.
I've never thought
Not
about
really.
somebody being
So
Not
maybe
really.
it's even. I don't know.
Men are like widely known as simple creatures, so I think
Yeah.
what he's saying is
Like,
pretty accurate.
He's absolutely right. That's
bro, we
exactly
really
what it
don't
is.
need, like, if you can just honestly, you just bring us peace and calm
Yeah.
and don't be
And
promiscuous.
children and stay home.
We-
And, cook
And what about
clean
attractiveness
and
level?
Look sexy and shut the fuck up. There's no
What about
boundary.
attractiveness?
No, but those are the guys that you are attracting, and those are the bad guys. Not every guy is like that.
Yo,
though.
let's go. Let's go.
But not
Pink.
every guy is like that.
I
I,
don't
think
agree.
they want peace. They don't. If a true man who loves you, he can tell you, okay, you can work, good for you. You don't have to though. So that's already
Yeah.
security, and he just wants peace, like Brian
How many
said.
men are like that, Lilo?
My boyfriend.
Most
thank God.
men.
How many?
Most,
no, half
most
you guys
men.
don't even want to support your women.
What are you,
But
bro?
that,
what are you-
those are the wrong guys.
Yeah, those
Again,
women's
those are the wrong
lifestyles.
guys. Those are the wrong guys.
Lexi, you want a guy who makes $2 million a year.
I don't care how much money, but if you,
You-
can't support me, that's a problem. And a lot of men won't just support you.
Everybody go home and pray, man.
A lot of men won't just support you. They want you to
Yeah,
they don't want to pay your
Everybody's
bills. They don't want to, no matter how much they are.
But-
They
but-
rather you
Oh
do
my
50
God. We
ain't gonna get nowhere with this shit.
But
whatever.
would you be okay with 50-50?
I've done 50-50 a million times.
She,
But-
she's done 150.
I think-
100 and 0.
I've done
Yeah.
100.
But
Like,
but
that's not the point.
here's the thing. But you don't need a guy to support you. You make so much money, you're good.
But you want somebody with drive and ambition, right?
Sure.
Which
Absolutely,
comes
yes,
with
absolutely.
success often.
Do men care about that in women?
No.
Drive and
I think it
ambition.
totally
Yes.
depends.
No.
Not
Do you
I think it
men really
depends on
care?
the guy. Some guys
They
just
want
want a
you to
pretty
lay
girl
down
that
Some
shuts
guys
up
find
and
it
says,
attractive.
We need
different
different things in
Here's
a
the thing.
relationship.
That's pretty normal.
Here's the thing when it comes to relationships. So, a guy who, because of the current economic landscape, most people will need. It will have to be a dual income household. So, I suppose yes, men who are lower earners, for example, they might look to a woman to bolster the household finances. But for the guy that Lexi is looking for, which is kind of a high earning man, most men the more money a man makes, the less he's going to care about a woman's money.
Correct.
Whereas the more money a woman makes, the more she cares about a man's money. Because most women don't want to hold down a guy.
Yeah, makes sense.
So a guy who has his money right, he doesn't really care what you're bringing financially to the table. Obviously, don't be
Yeah.
in debt and
Don't be a
but
bum,
like,
don't be a bum and don't do
know?
Yeah.
shit and like be negative too, of course.
But like, for example, I would date a girl who works at Chick-fil-A. Don't give a fuck. Like Lexi, I don't think you're about to date a dude who works at Chick-fil-A.
I just said I dated a couple years ago when I had OnlyFans, a guy that did shows at Universal. He didn't have anything.
Sounds like a fucking legend. What are you talking?
He was cool, but he was a psycho, and I was afraid for my life eventually. Yes, but
I think
I have dated that before. Which
I think
he
you're-
seemed so fucking nice in the beginning, so gentleman, so caring, so loving, so like everything I thought I wanted, and then literally became psycho.
It seems to be the case that you're constantly finding yourself attracted to men who are psychopaths and sociopaths. But go ahead.
Yeah, I think potentially, Lexi, one of your issues that you're finding in a lot of high achieving women is that they want a guy who's high achieving, of course. And, a guy like Brian, for example, very high achieving guy.
Brian.
He wants a woman who gives him peace.
Yeah.
But a career building a successful business, building a successful career, as you're doing.
Sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I was going to give you a ding. My bad.
Thank you. Building a successful career is a stressful thing, whether you're a man or a woman. So for Brian, he wants a woman to give him peace. Most successful men want a woman to give him peace. And if she's got a very difficult career, she probably doesn't have a ton, I would imagine, and I don't know, but the music industry is probably extremely stressful. Are you coming home, like ready to give your man a massage, or are you coming home like you needing a massage? I think that's what
my issue. So I've never had a man to do any of that. So I'd be more for the guy.
Yeah.
But does your career not stress you out whatsoever?
Yeah, but I don't really bring that to the guy.
No, but that's why you haven't found the one, because
I'm
you're
not
masculine.
as vulnerable. A guy wants to take care of me. I haven't really had a guy
to do
oh
that.
my God, babe, I can't pay my bills. Oh my God, babe, I need this. Oh my God, I need help. I've never been the girl to do that, and that has been the problem as well.
But your masculine energy is way too overpowering for the guy.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And that's what I had
He can be the masculine energy for you, and you being the female, the feminine energy. That's where the problem lies.
Right.
That's all it is. So it's really a problem within all of us.
It's learning your feminine and owning your feminine, because men want
that's what
that.
I'm learning more is how to tap into the feminine
and how to
energy
attract
of,
that.
Oh, like my girl, she gets everything from guys. I'm like, Lord, how do you do it? She has money. She's like, bitch, I will call him on the phone like, oh my God, I can't pay my rent.
But you're feminine.
And
But
I
you're
feel
feminine.
I can't do that personally. I
pathetic.
feel weird doing that.
Well,
like,
that's.
oh my
What
God,
do you-
I need help paying my
But you don't-
rent.
well, you
Like,
don't
I
need
help
help.
with this.
You don't need help.
I don't.
Or is
But-
she finessing?
But
Is it like Kat and she's just trying to get
like
money?
you're
it's a
feminine, though?
finesse, yeah, it's a finesse, but it's more like the guy is more on her because he feels like, oh, let me go save a hoe.
Yeah, but like you're
I feel
feminine
awkward
too.
They wanna take
weird
care of
being
you,
in that
like-
position. I've always wanted to do myself.
Yeah.
And,
Well, so
you know.
what he was saying, like a really successful, ambitious, high earning man, the guy that you're chasing after, someone who's making that amount of money is likely to be living a stressful life. People who make a lot of money typically, well, it depends. There could be some crypto pump, made a shit ton of money on crypto, whatever. But most men who are making a lot of money live stressful lives. And the last thing that a man who's successful wants to do is not only go out in the world and contend with the world and, business being cutthroat. You're in business.
Both of us, same. I want him
But-
to be there for me as I am for him.
But it's because of you're incredibly successful because of the cutthroat, and you said you're in the music industry, which is well known for being quite cutthroat. You have perhaps developed more masculine traits. And I'm not saying this to attack you, but my impression of you is you're very strong individual. But I do think you're pretty in your masculine, I would say. You're pretty combative.
Yeah, but when I have a boyfriend, it's a little bit different.
Sure, and to give you credit, I've invited you. You've been invited on the podcast to have a conversation and to have a debate to some degree. So I suspect the way that you might conduct yourself when you've been invited to have a debate
Way
with
more
someone.
stronger than normal.
Yeah,
yes.
when you've invited to debate with someone is perhaps not how you're going to conduct yourself when you're one-on-one in an intimate setting with a partner. So in the same way that we're all actors in a way, that the way we conduct ourselves, for example, in the classroom or with a teacher is much different than how we might conduct ourselves when we're with our friends or with a girlfriend. So obviously I don't suspect the way that we're interacting now is how you're going to interact with a partner, although I imagine to some degree you're very fiery, and so I would think.
I'm very fiery, but I am very submissive with a guy.
Are
so
you?
It's yeah, absolutely.
It's not too late for you to find out.
Absolutely.
But how
If
submissive?
a woman wants to be submitted, I want to submit. I like that shit. I want a man to do that.
I think you're just
like
in a
it. Are
protective
we talking about
mechanism.
BDSM?
But
I think you're
how
just in a
submissive?
protective-
Because you're not willing to.
I won't give up my career. No, I'm not going to give up my passions and my singing and my stuff. No.
I have a
don't
question.
feel like you
What if
should.
you can still have a passion, do wherever you want, but it's just not about money, so you don't have to rush in building career. So it still is okay. So it's right now, if no one paying me for what I'm doing, I'm still gonna do that without money because it's my passion.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Okay.
This is how I feel. Yes.
Eric,
I mean,
let's.
I don't make $1 million off my singing, honey. I make it off my OnlyFans. I do my
know.
singing and all the other bullshit because I love it.